Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is Tarot by Melissa, and for today's video, we're going to be looking into what is next with this connection. So we'll be looking into the connection with your person that's on your mind and try to get a sense of what upcoming energies, events, or situations of significance will be headed your way with this person. So getting into our disclaimers, keep in mind, you guys, that this is a general reading. So some of the messages might resonate quite specifically and accurately to your situation, while others of the messages might not. So if it doesn't feel like it fits your situation, simply release it and let it go. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. Please don't allow it to get you upset if something in one of these readings doesn't super specifically match up with your situation. Remember, again, it's a general reading, tapping into the general energies that are out there within the collective, and should be taken as entertainment only. Okay, if you guys did want to book a personal reading, all the details on how you could book one with me will be linked in the description box down below. Personal readings are always a great way to get a more specific and accurate read on your own personal situation and energy. All right, so let's go ahead and get into our pile selection. So today we're working with 3 different piles. So we have a choice between 3 readings. We're picking from the 90s tarot deck, and I just shuffled randomly to get our card for each one of our 3 pile choices or card choices. So for pile 1, card 1, we have the Queen of Swords. For pile 2, card 2, we have the Wheel of Fortune. And for pile 3, card 3, we have the 8 of Cups. So I want you guys to take a deep breath. Think about your person and what's next for this connection. Go ahead and select the card that you feel the most intuitively connected to, really selecting with your gut instincts versus your eyesight. And once you've made your choice, scroll down to the description box below to locate the timestamp that will take you to your selected reading. See you guys there. Hey pile 1, and welcome to your reading. If you guys chose this Queen of Swords, which is our Buffy the Vampire Slayer, this will be your message about what's next for your connection with your person. So let's start by looking at kind of the overall energies, and then we'll see what might be coming up next for you guys. So we do have a Queen of Swords, which I think has some really interesting symbolism here. And then we also have the energy of the Crone. So for pile 1, here's what I feel overall energy of what's next for this connection. Obviously here with the Queen of Swords, we've got Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This is not a show that I'm like super familiar with, but maybe some of you guys are. But I can tell you a little bit about the symbolism getting from this card and, you know, just about vampires and what I feel this is discussing or talking about, or what I feel is this is like bringing up for your connection. Sorry, it took me a second to get that out. So the Queen of Swords is definitely going to be a person who's really discerning, somebody who is wise with the crone energy coming up right next to it. I feel that you guys are coming up on a period of time within this connection where there's this vibe of knowing better. There's this energy of being smarter, being savvier. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're just going to cut someone off or, you know, whatever. Like the Queen of Swords is a very fair, kind of balanced type of energy, but the Queen of Swords does not suffer fools. And I feel like coming into this reading, pile 1, there's something about this connection that's been a little bit imbalanced here, whether it's your energy or their energy, or maybe a little bit of both. I feel like somebody in this connection has been really draining the life force energy out of the other. And intuitively, I feel like it's your person that's maybe been really draining to you. Although, again, this could be going both ways. When you guys think of a vampire, right? A vampire is this like creature that sucks your blood. It literally kind of sucks the life force energy out of you. And it's so funny because as I'm recording this video, I've actually been reading the book Dracula, which I don't think I've actually ever read it. If I had, it had been like years ago when I was in school. And so it's just kind of interesting, like learning and reading about vampires again, because it's just like not something that I've typically like read about before. But basically with a vampire, it drains you of your life force energy, and it can do it to the point where it actually transforms their prey or whatever into a vampire themselves too. You know what I mean? So I do think that there is an element of both parties within this connection maybe like slightly draining each other of life force energy. And when I see her kind of holding this stake here, to me, this is an energy of protection. This is an energy of setting better boundaries. This is an energy of going into the next phase of this connection, doing things differently than you did them in the past, and making sure that any sort of like encroachment onto your boundaries, encroachment onto your space, any sense of this person or this connection causing you stress, we're just going to like, nip it in the bud, right? You're protecting yourself this time. And with the crone coming up right next to it, this is obviously an energy of wisdom, right? This is an energy of experience. This could even be you guys being protected by your ancestors, or with regard to this connection, there could even be like a person, like an elderly person of significance, or somebody that's around the both of you, who comes in to provide like mediation, support, like some sort of wise guidance, if you will. Okay, so let's continue. What is next for this connection for pile 1? What's next for this connection? Okay, so we have the energy of heartbreak coming up here. We also have wedding. With unfinished business here at the bottom of the deck, and divine timing here as well. So there's definitely something that I feel is needing to be addressed between you and this person. I'm actually like really interested to see like how this reading is going to play out, because there's hurt feelings here. There's sadness here. I think also with this coming up right next to this Queen of Swords, this person has really hurt you in the past, pile 1, or vice versa. Again, I keep feeling like it kind of goes both ways with this, you and this person sometimes. But through this heartbreak, you have evolved into this more wise, kind of discerning person, maybe even being a little bit guarded, or just feeling as though you really have to protect your energy and protect your space here. We also have this energy of wedding. So there's an energy of commitment here. I'm also wondering if your person has potentially like gotten married, or maybe you guys are finding out that this person is getting married to someone else. Let's see. There's definitely like an energy of commitment here, and I'm wondering if this is like a third party type of energy. What's the joining energy of this connection coming into the near future? What's next for pile 1 and this person joining energy? Four of Swords. Show me my viewer and their energy. What's next? Eight of Wands reversed. Show me their person and their energy. What's next for this connection? Nine of Cups in reverse. With the Seven of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck. So pile 1. What's next for this connection is a period of time where I feel that you're not investing anymore, which makes a lot of sense with this Queen of Swords here, kind of in this protective sort of stance. There's something that has happened leading up to this point, which it makes it feel like it's no longer worth the work. Okay. I'm seeing with this Four of Swords a period of solitude, a period of going into hibernation mode for this connection. Like it almost feels like you and this person are going to be taking space from one another. And it's interesting because I do feel like your person is thinking about commitment or interested in commitment or committed to someone else. To me, it feels like they could be committed to someone else. But I feel with this Nine of Cups, because look at this Nine of Cups, you guys. This is kind of depicting like a fun, like family gathering, or at least like a friendly gathering of sorts. but it's here in reverse. This person is not happy and fulfilled with where they're at in their life, and I don't think that they're really happy with this energy of taking space from you, because they feel like they're not getting their needs met. They feel like they're not really getting what they want out of the situation here. The Nine of Cups reverse is definitely giving me energy vampire vibes, because this tells me that your person, pile 1, is in a place where they are looking for external sources to validate them. They're looking for emotional fulfillment from external sources, other people, versus looking for emotional fulfillment and growing it within themselves as an individual, right? So they are the vampire. They are the energy vampire, and you are the person that's needing to protect your energy, because I do feel that this person is very draining on you. I see your energy here with this 8 of Wands of really like slowing this down, cooling things off. This is a very icy energy here with the 4 of Swords. It's a winter energy. I feel with this 8 of Wands a real lack of passion coming from your end of things. And again, this makes sense with the Queen of Swords, because this is more of that wintry vibe. This could have been a connection, you guys, that felt like really passionate for you at first, like almost like a whirlwind romance with the 8 of Wands. But something that you have learned, or this vampire energy that you have experienced from this person, it has like really caused that passion to fizzle for you. And so I see you in a place of really slowing down communication, letting things kind of fade out, because there's a need to heal and set boundaries and protect yourself from this person. So let's take a look at these archetypes here next. So for pile number 1, tell us a little bit more. What's next for this connection? Show me my viewer, my pile 1 viewer and their energy. What's next for this connection? We've got the Poet coming up here. Show me their person. Show me this person's energy. What's next for this connection, please? We have the Artist. You guys, you and this person, I think, really do have, like, you guys connect over some common interests. I'm seeing commonalities here, because it's like both of these cards are kind of artsy, kind of creative. So I feel like you and this person might actually kind of bond or connect over art or creativity or poetry or writing, something like that. I think both of you are quite creative just in general, in the way that you express yourselves. So you guys have the Poet coming up as your energy. Expresses soul insights in symbolic language. Turns a lyric gift to negative or destructive effect. I feel like what this is saying is that, like, you, my viewer, are choosing very carefully the way that you choose to communicate with this person. You know, with the 8 of Wands in reverse, this is definitely a slowing down of communication, right? It means that maybe there is a slow fade, like you're slowly pulling yourself away, maybe not fully saying to the person literally what you mean, but putting out that vibe or expressing it in a way that they have to just pick up from what you're putting down. Queen of Swords can be very blunt and direct as well, but there's definitely something here about the way that you're choosing to communicate that is significant here with the Poet coming up. It's interesting too, because if we look at both of these archetypes, the way that they are positioned here on the table, you see how both of the figures are facing away from each other. So I think that's symbolic of you and this person kind of choosing in this next phase to focus on yourselves. You, my viewer, could actually be working on your communication skills outside of this connection. Maybe this connection has brought into your awareness the need to be more blunt or direct, to call out bad behavior or set proper boundaries, and that's what you're focused on. I feel like both of you guys could also just be focusing on art as a way of healing, right? Because we do have sad energy here between the both of you. I feel like you, my viewer, could be writing or journaling or writing poetry about your experiences here as a way to process through healing. Your person here, we have the Artist. So this says, expressing a dimension of life that is just beyond the 5 senses, inspiring others to see life symbolically. See, like, you and this person both have this symbolic thing going on. Like, this could be a connection that feels really spiritual. It might have felt really intoxicating because maybe the both of you just felt like you really understood each other without really having to say it literally. You know what I mean? We also have using talent as an excuse to mistreat others, posing as the starving artist to elicit pity. You see, there's something about this person that is really like not happy in the next phase of this connection because they're not getting a need fulfilled. They're not getting something that they are wanting. You're kind of removing access to your life force energy, and this person is not happy about it. So they might be in a little bit of like a victim mode about it for a little bit as the energy stands today. All right, so let's close it out with a few of these cards from the status deck. Pile 1. Tell us a little bit more for clarity. Where is this connection headed for pile 1? We're going to take a look at your energy versus theirs versus the joining energy in between. So let's take a look at the joining energy of this connection first. Where is this connection headed? Next phase. We have secretive. You know, it makes so much sense, you guys, because again, there's symbolic language here coming up for both of you. Nobody is really being clear and direct about how they're feeling about things. So with this Queen of Swords coming up, it's really interesting because the Queen of Swords is not afraid to express their needs. They're not afraid to clearly and directly tell somebody what's up. You know what I mean? So both people in this connection are kind of just symbolically or just maybe even passive aggressively acting a different way or saying things that aren't really the full truth, clear truth of how they feel. Both people are kind of holding back how they really feel in this next phase. Let's look at your energy, my viewers, please. We have tired. Someone is losing interest. Yeah, I definitely see that with the Eight of Wands in reverse. It's like there was once a lot of passion and chemistry for you in this connection, and for your person, like there once was this feeling of like getting all of their needs met, you know? But I think you, my viewer, have uncovered something about this person or about their energy that has maybe given you the ick, you know, or just caused whatever excitement you once felt to really fizzle out. I really feel like this person is in a marriage already or in a committed relationship already, and maybe you guys didn't know that when you first like went into this situation. Maybe you guys did know that and things just kind of spiraled to a place where it just felt unfulfilling for you. But either way, you guys, I feel coming into this next phase for this connection kind of have the ick about this person. Okay. One more. Show us this person. They have fear. Fear of the unknown is why you're settling. This person is not happy in their relationship. So whatever this wedding card is, this other person that they're with, they're not happy with it. We also have temporary. The best way to get over the ex or the past is to entertain something new. It could also be that this person has recently gotten out of a marriage too, and maybe they were engaging with you, not really understanding fully that this is they're not really focused on their own healing by engaging with you. They're focusing on connecting with you to feel better, like to get their needs filled again, because they're still heartbroken and sad from whatever happened in their marriage. But if they still are in this marriage, they're staying in it because it's comfortable, right? And they are afraid of what's going to happen if they are to leave it. It's like fear of the unknown. So pile 1, recently somebody had asked me to use different advice cards than the ones that I typically use. So I'm actually just going to go in with the 90s tarot just to close it out with some advice for you, my viewer. And let's just see what it is that Spirit would like you to keep in mind as you continue to navigate forward with this connection. Look, Anakin. I just love that character. I'm such a dork. All right. So let's get some advice, please, for pile 1. What does pile 1 need to know? Okay, we have another Star Wars energy coming up. And how funny, we also have a 4 of Wands depicting 2 brides here. See, I just feel like there's something about someone being married already. It's like further confirming this. So here's your advice, pile 1. The Queen of Wands. We have Princess Leia here. So what I feel like Spirit is wanting you to keep in mind is that you are filled with this beautiful life force energy. You're somebody who is confident, beautiful, highly desired, and highly sought after. Just because you have this kind of crappy experience with this person, it doesn't mean that all people are going to be like this to you. I don't know why I feel like I'm guided to say this. You are just the type of person that I think, just because of this magnetism that you have, this charisma that you hold within your personality, you're going to just naturally have a lot of people that are drawn to you. Okay. So I know it's easier said than done, but it's like, I feel like guided to say, don't take it personally that this went the way that it did. Okay, because it seems like this person just has a lot of their own personal stuff that they need to be working out. I also feel like this card is saying to you, pile 1, to continue to work on believing in yourself, continue to work on your own self-confidence, and to, the Queen of Wands, kind of similarly to the Queen of Swords, they're not afraid to take the lead. Right? And that doesn't mean that you have to take the lead in a relationship with a partner necessarily. I know that a lot of my viewers that watch my channel, it's like I think 95% are women, identify as women, right? So I know that in connections with men, women don't always want to feel like they have to lead, right? So I totally get that. What I feel like this is saying is don't be afraid to take the lead for yourself, right? When you think of Princess Leia, she was really a confident person. She didn't really care what like Han Solo or anyone else was doing. Like, she knew what was best for her, and she was not afraid to stand her ground and stand up for herself and check somebody if they were talking crazy or they were being annoying or whatever it is, right? So kind of similarly to this Queen of Swords, who's going to be a little bit more cutting and blunt in their communication, I feel like with the Queen of Wands coming up here, Spirit is asking you to remember that you can always choose for you, regardless of whatever other people are around you wanting you to do other things, right? Be the leader for yourself and do what is best for you. And remember that because you are this confident, magnetic, amazing person, people are just going to naturally be drawn to that. And all you really have to do is suss it out and make sure with the Queen of Swords that you are setting proper boundaries if you start to detect that something might be a little bit off, okay? So pile 1, I do believe that we're going to end your message here, but comment below. Let me know what's been going on with your person and how you feel like this energy kind of aligns with that situation. If you're not already, please do subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so you'll be updated when I post the next reading, and I will see you then. Bye. Hey, pile 2, if you guys selected the Wheel of Fortune, you were drawn to this card. This is again from the 90s tarot deck if you're curious. This will be your reading. So we're going to look to see what is next for you and your person and just this connection in general. Where are things headed as the energy stands today? So starting with the overall energy, we have the Wheel of Fortune. We also have the energy of ceremony coming up here. Okay. So the Wheel of Fortune is definitely telling me that there is a change that's kind of on the winds as it pertains to this connection. This could be something that is fated with the Wheel of Fortune, because a lot of times this is sort of the Wheel of Fortune can be kind of like a surprising little event that the universe just kind of tosses onto our path. Usually it's some sort of circumstance that we don't really necessarily always feel like we have a lot of control over. So I do feel there could be something kind of surprising coming up for this connection coming into the near future. But I feel in this particular instance as well, like something about this fated change or fated meeting or whatever it is that's coming up for you and your person. Again, we're going to get more info here in a second. I feel like it does involve one or both of you sort of internally changing and setting a different course or setting a different intention going forward. The ceremony card kind of talks about setting intentions. It talks about rites of passage, kind of this energy of having grown up and been through something and ready to kind of level up and rise to a new occasion, ascending to a different stage within this connection. And I do feel with this Wheel of Fortune, so I can't remember what movie this was from. Maybe you guys know in the comments. Please comment below and let me know. But I do remember seeing that in this scene, I think this is John Cusack, right? His character is like standing outside of his love's bedroom window playing music, trying to kind of like win her back over or something along those lines. So it feels like whatever's up next for this connection is sort of a new change, a new beginning, a new phase where maybe expression and maybe reunion are of significance. Maybe a higher level of romance or romantic gestures are significant to this connection as well. So let's see. Let's move into the next deck and see what other info we can get. So for pile 2, what is next for this connection? Pile 2 and their person. It's so funny the house just flipped over because he's like standing outside her house in this part of the movie, right? Oh my gosh. Okay, so the home coming up here. Let's get another one. What's next for pile 2 in their person, please? We have the mask. Okay. Interesting. There's definitely still like some mystery here, I feel like, with this person. Let's actually pull the tarot and then we'll see what else comes through. So what's next for this connection for pile 2? Give me the joining energy, please. I'm hearing Neptune, like maybe your Neptune placement is significant, or theirs is. If you guys are into astrology, check it out. Neptune has to do with like fantasies and kind of our imagination, spirituality. Let's see what else for pile 2. Show us the joining energy of this connection. What's next, please? Joining energy of this connection for pile 2. Oh, okay, we have the 2 of Cups in reverse. Show me my viewer's energy, please. What's next? 7 of Swords in reverse. Show me their person's energy. What's next, please? The 6 of Pentacles in reverse. See, I feel like you and this person have had some sort of a breakdown here with the 2 of Cups in reverse. Like there's been some sort of breakdown where maybe like you guys have not been on the same page. Maybe you guys broke up with this person or severed ties with this person. But the 2 of Cups reverse is telling me that neither person is really feeling like they're getting their emotional needs met, or that there's like emotional harmony here with this connection as the energy stands right now. And it feels like there is like a desire for change coming up here. And I actually do see some behavior shifts coming up with both parties in this connection, because see, we also have the Justice card here at the bottom of the deck. And in this card, it's kind of depicting a change in the seasons, right? Which is kind of interesting. Again, a change in this connection with the Wheel of Fortune. Justice also wanting things to be made right, wanting things to feel balanced again, wanting things to feel fair. Okay, so I feel like your person with the mask and the 6 of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like this person is still maybe, I say still because it feels like it's been going on for a while, but I feel like there's something about this person where like they don't fully always show their hand, or they just come across as a little bit aloof or mysterious or guarded in terms of like the way that they express to you. I feel like with the 6 of Pentacles, this person feels like they owe you something. Like they feel like they need to put in some form of effort, again, like with the Wheel of Fortune, in order to like get things back into balance here. Because the 6 of Pentacles is saying that this person feels, especially with it being reversed, I think this person feels like they need to give more to this connection. They need to do more for this connection. Now, for some of you guys, the energy could be flipped depending on the situation. Again, it's a general reading. This could be a situation where this person feels that they're owed more from you or something along those lines. But I feel there's actually a lot of confusion here coming from your person's side of things, because we have like this smoky energy. And again, with that Neptune that I was getting earlier, the one thing I feel a little bit worried about with your person, pile 2, is like, I feel like I could kind of see them coming forward with some sort of grand gesture like this that is sort of going to cloud judgments of what's been going on. Either they're seeing it through like a clouded perspective, or like whatever they're going to do is going to make you see it through a little bit of a clouded perspective, because I feel like it could come across as being really romantic or something like that. But there's an energy of this person not fully being themselves with you, not fully showing how they feel, who they are, putting up a lot of confusion through their actions, okay? For you, my viewer, with the 7 of Swords in reverse, I see you coming out of a place of avoiding something with regard to this connection, okay? Because let's take a look. What do we see here? We see a situation where we've got like a woman here who's very attractive, and we've got a couple standing behind her. The woman is like blissfully like in love with her man, and the man has a wandering eye, right? He's being lured, by this woman who's kind of like really attracting him in, okay? There's something I feel about this connection that you, my viewer, have been avoiding, whether you are this person, or you identify more with this person. It could be really anything, right? Because this person knows that they are doing something they shouldn't be doing, but they're doing it anyway. This person knows that they are putting themselves at risk for doing something that they should not be doing. And I feel like this person is not as blissfully unaware as she's pretending to be, right? Because when you are really intimate with someone and you're really connected to them, you should be able to feel when something is off. A lot of times you can feel when something is off. Sometimes you don't. It happens. But the point I'm trying to illustrate here is that there's been something about this connection that you, my viewer, have maybe been avoiding dealing with and communicating about. It could even just be communicating about your own feelings and your own emotions about things. So where your person feels like they owe you effort, I feel like you're of the opinion that you owe this person communication, coming clean about something, okay? And I feel like it's something to do with your living situation, or maybe your living situation together with this person. Something to do with like the stability of this connection, okay? Maybe you and this person live together or own a home together. Again, we have the Justice card can talk about contracts also. So that would definitely make sense. Maybe there's talk of moving in together. That's kind of surprising here coming up. So let's see, pile 2. Let's take a look first at my viewer. Show me my viewer and where they currently stand, or what's next in terms of my viewer's energy with this connection. We have the Slave. Ooh, this is interesting. Okay. Okay. Show me their person, please. What's next for this connection? Show me their person. Oh my gosh, yeah, you guys. This is a really power imbalanced relationship here. Really power imbalance, because what I'm seeing here with this person is that like they really feel like they call the shots. They really like, when we look at the Bully card, we see this like cloud that's blowing really harsh, strong air. And then you, my viewer, are showing up here as the Slave energy. So it's like whatever they do, it just kind of, you just sort of are flowing with it, right? There's this energy of this person's like, whatever they do, however they act, whatever they say, I feel like you, my viewer, have just been kind of like like this card. You haven't been like really standing in your power and confronting like what you know that you need to confront in terms of this connection, okay? And I feel like part of the issue with this person is that because they're so confusing and they wear a mask, it's like you never really know what you're going to get from them. And I feel like this can be really stressful, okay? We have highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. On the shadow side, conceals deep fears behind verbal or physical abuse. Okay, so this is intense, and it might not be that intense for everybody, but there's definitely a dynamic here for some of my pile 2 viewers of this person really like feeling as though they have the right to jerk you around and make you go whichever way their wind is currently blowing. Okay. And so again, I feel with this Wheel of Fortune, this just feels like somebody who is trying to like change things to like win you back. There's some sort of grand gesture coming up here that is setting an intention for something new and different, but I'm not clear as to whether or not this person has really done the inner work to understand like their own kind of like intimidating energy, their own unpredictable energy, whatever issues they have going on. Okay. Now, you, my viewer, let's take a look at this card. So light attributes, surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. We also have giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. This is what I'm feeling. And maybe it's hard for you guys because maybe you do share a home with this person or a living space. And so getting away from them or doing something that feels like rebellious to them might be challenging for you. But I feel this is saying like coming up next for this connection is a time where you guys might be a little bit at risk of continuing to kind of give your power away because this person shows up as really strong. Okay. Like not in a good way strong, but they just show up as being the, I don't want to say aggressor, but maybe they are. They show up as being the one that's calling the shots, okay? Now, there is something to be said with the Wheel of Fortune where sometimes you kind of just have to ride the wave a little bit because with the Wheel of Fortune, a lot of times it's an unexpected change, and to resist that change at times can be like cause more friction in a way, right? So there could be something coming up for this group where you feel in the moment with this person that it's better to just kind of give it up to the universe and just kind of ride it out and see what happens. But I continue to just kind of see like this fear of confronting something with this person. So let's see what else for pile 2. Joining energy of this connection, please. What's next for this connection? Joining energy. Okay, joining energy of this connection, please. What's next? We have temporary. The best way to get over the ex or the past is to entertain something new. Show me my viewer. What's next for this connection? Show me my viewer's energy. Non-committal, not intentional, just flowing. Okay. Show me their person's energy, please. What's next? Jealousy. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay. See, look. Date night vibes. Let me take you out. This person, I think, is going to come back and surprise you with some sort of romantic gesture. But it's not coming from the best place, okay? It's coming from a place of them being jealous. Like they're jealous that you're maybe you guys are with someone else. They're jealous that maybe you've moved on without them, okay? I don't really even see this person having any intention of like anything permanent with you. It's like they're just coming back to see what they can get out of it. They're just coming back to see if they can still control you in a way with the bully card coming up. Okay. And this is definitely like, going to be a temporary thing as the energy stands right now, because this person is not coming from like a true place of like true intent of doing anything about this. It's just like to see if they can have control in some way. Okay. And then your energy, my viewer, which I think is good in this instance, is like you're not committal to it. You're just kind of going with the flow, like the slave card says, so this is resulting in a temporary maybe reunion with this person. But yeah, I don't know. It's just really interesting, pile 2. I'm going to be definitely really excited to hear, just curious to hear from your perspective what's been going on in this connection. So let's just close it out, pile 2. We're just going to get a little bit of guidance for you just to see what Spirit wants you to keep in mind as it pertains to this connection. So guidance or advice, please, for pile 2 as it pertains to this connection. Oh, hold on. Guidance or advice for pile 2, please, as it pertains to this connection. What do they need to know? We have the Ace of Wands popping out, but we had the Death card coming out at the bottom. Let's just keep going. I don't feel like that was it. Guidance or advice for pile 2, please. The Sun. I love this card. I don't know, like, I feel intuitively tapping into this card and thinking about Britney Spears. Like, I think that there is an energy of this group really needing to, like, find their sovereignty. Maybe thinking back to, like, a younger version of you and either who you used to be or who you really dreamed that you would be when you were younger. Because this card to me just evokes such a beautiful kind of sweet innocence about it, of like, you know, this is Britney like before she went through all of her struggles that she went through. Excuse me. And I kind of feel like there's something healing in this group, kind of reflecting back on who you were before you started interacting with this person. Okay? Getting back in touch with this person that you were, your inner child, your inner teenager, like whatever it is for you that resonates. Because I think getting back in touch with that person, that part of you, is going to provide you with the clarity that you need around how to move forward here. Because the sun is all about clarity. The sun illuminates to us that which is in the dark. It sheds the light onto things that are sources of confusion for us. There's something about you tapping into your inner child or that old version of you that I think can help illuminate whatever it is that's going on with this person. Or give you some insight. And I can't answer for you what that is. I think only you, my viewer, can answer that for yourself, because it's probably going to be different for each of you. I also think for this group, like, getting outside, I know this sounds really probably mundane, but getting outside, getting into nature, grounding yourselves, you have that here with the home as well, grounding yourself is really important. Like, if you guys can, I know as I'm uploading this, it's probably going to be really cold outside depending on where you live, but getting out into nature can be really healing. It's a great way to clear your head, just going on a walk, whatever it is. You guys kind of have like more inner child stuff coming up here too with the Knight of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. So I know this is Melissa Joan Hart. I can't remember what TV show this was from, but it's also giving me that energy of like, there's a Seven of Swords here again. That's interesting. But it's also giving that energy of like inner child. You see how she has like all her cute little jewelry and her fun like little outfit from the 80s. Like, there's something about you guys connecting back in with this person who is so filled with love and joy and just like this bright light. Because there's an energy of darkness here with the Seven of Swords, an energy of not wanting to be seen, not wanting to deal with it, avoiding it, pretending to be someone that you're not, right? Because this is from, what movie is this from? Is it like Ace Ventura or something? Or is it The Cable Guy? I don't know. Jim Carrey did a lot of crazy movies, but I feel like in one of these movies, he's like pretending to be someone he's not in a way. So Yeah, pile 2. I feel like I'm going to go ahead and end the message here, but I would definitely be really curious to hear from you guys in the comments if you feel comfortable sharing. Like, what's been happening with your person? How do you feel like this message might resonate for you? Please let me know. I am really interested to hear from you, group 2. If you guys are not already, please do subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you'll be updated when I post the next reading, and I look forward to seeing you there. Bye. Hey pile 3, and welcome to your reading. So today we're going to be looking to see what is potentially next for you and your person and this connection. So if you guys selected this 8 of Cups, this will be your message. And here we have Matilda. I remember watching that movie a lot when I was little. And then we also have the energy of Silent Night. Okay. So overall energy, just tapping in, I feel like what's next for this connection is a period of like seeking fulfillment elsewhere, looking at greener pastures, because the 8 of Cups is telling me that there's been something about this connection that's either been really confusing or chaotic, or just something about it that you feel like maybe you have not really received the love that you deserve. When I think of the movie Matilda, right, she was like this really smart, I'm trying to remember because it's been, of course, like years since I've seen this, but, you know, she was like this really smart, sweet little girl who had like unlimited potential, but her parents were like bullies to her. They were like mean to her. They didn't appreciate her for who she was, right? And so she ended up actually finding that fulfillment in her teacher, Miss Honey, right? Isn't that the teacher's name? Comment below if you guys remember like kind of the story behind this movie, because again, it's been a while since I've seen it. So it's like I feel you guys really deciding that it's time to maybe seek fulfillment elsewhere. And with Silent Night coming up, you know, this is about meditation, inner peace, inner calm, kind of quieting your mind. And I think walking away from the situation is going to help to quiet your mind. I feel you guys really wanting to connect with people who understand you, who appreciate you. For some of you guys too, there could be some inner child healing coming up for you as well. That has been potentially like brought up or brought to the surface as a result of this connection. So let's continue for pile 3. What else does pile 3 need to know? What's next for this connection, please? We have reconciliation. Okay. We have heartbreak. We also have breakup here at the bottom of the deck. So it seems like there could be some back and forth energy coming up here for you guys with this person that you're really needing to clear your mind around. There is, let's actually continue. I want to get some tarot cards and then we'll jump into everything. But let's see. For pile 3, tell me the joining energy upcoming between pile 3 and their person. What's next for this connection? Joining energy. Four of Pentacles in reverse. Show me my viewer's energy. What's next for this connection? The Page of Swords in reverse. Show me their person's energy, please. What's next for this connection? The Page of Wands. See, we have the Judgment card reverse, which is telling me there's like no second chances is what I feel with that. And I actually was kind of feeling as I was shuffling these cards that you and this person may actually be reconciling around the holiday season, because With Silent Night, clearly talking about like a certain holiday song, and then like reconciliation, I was noticing how both of these people are in their winter coats. Maybe you guys broke up with this person around the fall season or went your separate ways recently, but I feel there could be some sort of reconciliation around like the winter season, the holiday season. With the Four of Pentacles coming up here in the joining energy, I feel like you and this person are in a place coming up here in the future where there's an energy of letting go, okay? Because this Four of Pentacles is telling me that like maybe coming into this reading, there's a fear of releasing and letting the other person go fully. The Four of Pentacles can also be like when we're just really closed off with each other and not wanting to open up our heart space. There could be some attachment issues as well that you and this person were working through, you know, anxious attachments, avoidant, those types of things potentially. But with the Eight of Cups and the Four of Pentacles here reversed, it definitely feels like there's this energy of finally letting it go. Because again, the Eight of Cups is about moving on to greener pastures. It's about understanding and realizing that this situation is no longer fulfilling to us. And it's time to move on, okay? It's time to explore what else is out there. I feel, though, that both of you guys have, like, communication energy still with each other, though I do feel that it's quite sporadic. I think that this person with this Page of Wands energy is still missing. I feel like they're missing you. I feel like they're looking for you. I feel like they're missing you. I feel like they're still wanting to reach out with you. You may hear from them like a bit impulsively coming up here into the near future, because I think that they're also hurting from this separation, okay? This Page of Wands is really interesting too, because it's like she's holding these flowers. You can see like a love letter. It looks to be a love letter sitting here. It's the energy of communication, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if coming into the near future, this person will still try to communicate with you, Pile 3, in some sort of way that's kind of out of the blue, like a text message, something that's a little impulsive. And it might be something that feels kind of sweet and just loving from them, just like a sweet gesture. But it's important to remember with the Page of Wands that this is not like lasting energy, right? This is just something kind of brief and quick and impulsive. This person, I think, is missing you, and that's why they're doing it. And now you, my viewer, here with the Page of Swords in reverse, I'm almost kind of wondering if you guys have like blocked this person, because this one is typically like my social media stalker, and you can kind of see that here. Not that you guys are a stalker, but you know, the social media spy, we'll say. You can kind of see like how this Page of Swords is like looking through this looking glass to like try to see into the distance. This person is looking into the distance, but you guys are here in the reverse. So it's like, I feel like this group, my Pile 3 viewers, are really trying to move on from this situation. I think you've like iced this person out or blocked them. I really feel like you're trying to kind of take your focus off of them as best as you can and not engage in this. So let's continue for Pile 3. Show me the energy of my viewers. What's next for this connection, starting with my viewer? Show me their archetype. We have the child magical. See, there's definitely something about inner child that's coming up for you guys. Let's take a look at your person. Show us their person's archetype. What's next for this connection, please? We have the dilettante. See, yeah. Okay, so let's start with you. Seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible, pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles, believing that energy and action are not required for growth, okay? I do think that there is something about this experience that has maybe left you guys feeling a little closed off or just a little downtrodden in a sense. Again, there's something about your inner child that's coming up here. It's also interesting that both these pages would represent children too. So it could be both of you guys dealing with inner child stuff here. But This is like an energy of wonderment, the magical child, believing that all are possible, kind of understanding and seeing the beauty in everything and every experience that you have. But see how she's kind of closed off and kind of shy here? I think that this is probably just a symptom of like what you guys have been through with this person, right? Like it's just a symptom of you healing from this breakup, this separation. I don't feel like this is forever. This is like a temporary state of being that I see my pile 3 viewers in. Okay. The one thing I would say that I think is important for this group to reflect on, though, potentially, is like the Page of Swords in reverse is somebody who lacks curiosity about something. Sometimes it could be like a little bit naive, or a little bit on the flip side, maybe somebody who is just not interested. Like they're not interested in looking deeper into things. Maybe you guys feel like you've already done enough of that and you're over it. I totally get that too. But there could be a need for this group to look a little bit deeper into things as it pertains to your own energy and the way that you show up in this connection and how it impacts you. Because this talks about personal growth, right? Energy and action are not required for growth. So there's something for you to reflect on in terms of your own personal growth with regard to what you went through with this person or what you're going through with this person coming up here. Now your person has the dilettante. So this says delights in the arts without having to be a professional, alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. Hold on a second. My music just turned off. Okay. This says pretension to much deeper knowledge than you actually possess. I don't know why, but to me, I just kind of feel like this is a person who might like the word superficial is really standing out to me. Like, I don't know if they have fully understood like the impact that they've had on you, or if they really have had any sort of self-reflection themselves on themselves either, you know, like, because the Page of Wands would be a superficial sort of energy. It's about like having fun and being impulsive and not really thinking things through because you're just excited to talk to the person. And so I feel like coming up in the future, it's like what I see next for this connection in terms of this person, I feel like they want to communicate something with you that feels like exciting to them, like some sort of knowledge or some sort of something artistic that they want to share with you, some sort of message, but they're not understanding, like, it's like they lack emotional intelligence kind of. It's like they're not really understanding that it's insensitive for them to do that right now. You know, they're just being impulsive and kind of surface level about it. So let's continue. Pile 3. Show me what's next for this connection, please, for pile 3. Starting with the joining energy. You guys could be at a distance from this person too, like a long distance connection as well. There's like certainly some sort of travel energy here for some of you guys. Joining energy, please. What's next for this connection? Entertainment. Yes. You see, that is like what I feel your person is doing. It's like they reach out because they're bored. They're reaching out because they're getting some sort of excitement from you. It's surface level. Show me my viewer. What's next for this connection? Show me my viewer's energy. Off limits, already involved. Maybe you guys are already connecting with someone else. But again, it's like what I was getting before. I feel like you guys have blocked this person out, or you've iced this person out in some way because you realize that you're not getting your needs met here. Show me their person's energy. What's next for this connection? Okay. We have a lot of cards that fell out. I don't typically take this many, but I feel like we're gonna take them because I feel like I'm supposed to. So we've got, there are no words that can explain how you will feel. Enjoy this feeling. We have open and ready, non-committal, and then we have ready for commitment. I think this makes sense because your person feels really good when they're around you. And I think that they are reconnecting with you because of something that they feel, something they can kind of get out of this for them. The excitement, the chemistry, whatever it is for them. But this person is double-minded. Like on one end, they're open and ready to connect. They want to take things to the next level. They want to reconcile. But on the other hand, they don't really want anything serious. There's no real intent behind things for them. They're just kind of impulsive, right? They're just kind of like, yeah, I want to see pile 3, so I'm going to message them to talk about art or something, whatever, you know? I feel like they're more ready to reconcile with you than you are with them, but they're still not seeming like they want anything serious here. Okay. So pile 3, see, look, unavailable, lacks presence, time, or emotions. That's how I feel. This person seems emotionally immature. So we're going to go in, we're going to go in next with the 90s Tarot. All right, pile 3. So let's just look to see what guidance or advice Spirit has for you, and just see what it is that you guys may want to keep in mind as it pertains to this connection as you navigate forward. What does pile number 3 need to know as it pertains to this connection? We have the 10 of Pentacles, the Addams family here. Okay. I feel like for this group, it's going to be really important as you navigate forward to really keep your eye on the long-term goals that you want for yourself in your life. So Pentacles energy is talking about like material stuff. And in the terms of a relationship, this would be talking about building a legacy with somebody, like merging your finance together, building like an empire together, generational wealth, things like that. You know, it's like really being in a true partnership with someone, business partnership even. And so I think for this group, like continuing to keep your eye on the long-term goal and vision that you have for yourself when it comes to love and your life in general is what Spirit is asking of you right now. Like asking yourself, is this the type of person that's going to be able to actually build with you? Can they build wealth with you? Can they build stability with you? Can they merge assets with you? Can they fit in with your family? Like there are so many things that this card kind of brings up. And so I think that that is going to be your best bet going forward in like continuing to navigate the situation is to always anchor yourself in what you want long term for yourself versus what short-term gratification this person might be able to provide. So I hope that this was helpful, pile 3. Comment below. Please let me know how this resonates and what's been happening with you and your person. If you're not already, please do subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so you'll be updated when I post the next reading, and I will see you then. Bye.